Hey everyone, Silver and I just finished episode 757 of One Piece, and I just love seeing Beppo crying at the sight of Law. I always love Beppo, he's super cute, so when they had their little reunion and the other people were saying, you're gonna crush him, like, get off of him. And there's that one guy too with the penguin cap, which he's in the manga as well, but I just really like those elements of his crew.
I thought it was really cute how Beppo was reacting to Law, and we got to see all of his crew, including Penguin Hat Guy. And there was a woman, which I don't think we've ever seen that person before. His crew seems definitely bigger here than we've ever seen it before. And we got to see, like Jean Bart again, although we saw him a couple episodes ago too.
Yeah, I like how just overjoyed they are, but in true Law fashion, he's more kind of
he's
subtle,
stoic, he's not.
And he's smiling, seeing them, and it's just...
Yeah, I've always kind of thought of Law as kind of like what Zoro would be like if he was a captain, just very stoic and matter of fact. I could see that. Although, as we've seen, Zoro's more lighthearted than Law, as, during the party, Law was just kind of off in the corner, pouting or whatever.
He can get more animated.
Yeah, Zoro's more social than Law is. And I thought this was a pretty good episode in the sense that what they've been doing because of how quick the anime cut up to the manga is they've been really trying to have the episodes be 1-to-1 in terms of chapter equals an episode, which in the past, that was usually 2 or 3 chapters equal an episode. And it's been the last couple of years, at least maybe longer, that they've been really trying to do chapter to an episode ratio. I thought this worked here. Some episodes in the past have felt padded. They would hang on crowd shots or something else would happen. But in this one, I thought the extra stuff was good and was fine, and it worked.
Yeah, I think when we're focusing on all the different townspeople, I actually got shivers when she's describing how the raiding bell has never, it hasn't rung before in a long time.
Yeah. And they show the young woman doesn't even know what it is, and they have the older, I don't know, he was a deer or whatever he was.
Yeah, that deer was really cool looking.
Yeah, he did look kind of cool. The older, sort of cool deer man, was like he remembered what it was. With those little,
like, Vash the Stampede kind of glasses, like the smaller lenses,
Yeah. And I like how comically perfect their society was before Jack showed up. Like, everyone lives in complete harmony. There's no predation on each other. All the different animal people are getting along. It's wonderful. I thought it was kind of hilarious that it's like, look how perfect this is, and then bad people show up to rape and pillage.
And Oda did a good job, though. Like, I personally felt when Jack, is starting to, like, ruin everything, I actually wanted to see more of the people, like, living peacefully and happily. Like, I think it lends a lot to the character designs of the animals. Like, it's just, again, Oda has this great way of making you feel so much for characters that have animalistic traits or are animals.
Going back to Jack and the pirates showing up, it was dramatically done and it's tense, but I don't know how you felt, but I thought Jack just looked super silly. He's this giant angry mammoth with blonde braids. I just think he looks really goofy. He doesn't look scary. He looks kind of dumb. And I think I was wondering how it was going to look, and I'm just like, oh, it looks as silly as I thought.
Honestly, I thought they did a good job, like, building him up, removing the shadow, like, stripping that off.
I thought it was well done.
I
still just don't think he looks very scary. He's just kind of an angry elephant. And
I think maybe the long shots, he looks kind of like that. But when it's more close up and you don't see the braids,
the braids really look silly.
Also, I like how his the guy's sheep's head, I really like that he has him introduce him. Like, it's very typical in anime where the villain tends to introduce themselves and it's very dramatic. But to have the minion do it, I'm like, I see why he hired that guy. Because that guy had a really good intro for him. These people.
I thought the title Jack the Drought bothers me because they're like, oh, the land that he passes through looks like a drought went through. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, the land is still green and ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he should be called Jack the Quake or Jack the Earthquake, because, like, the land looks fine. It just looks like it's been upended and knocked about and trampled and crushed. So it like the drought doesn't work. Like Crocodile.
Yeah.
Remember
Or
Crocodile
Jack
would
the
like suck.
Destroyer or something.
But remember how Crocodile would suck up the moisture out of the land, and he could do it to people and kill them. Like Crocodile the Drought or something, or if Crocodile had gone undercover as another person and his name was the Drought or something, like it would make sense. But for Jack, it's a little odd. I know they want each of them to be some sort of natural disaster calamity thing.
Right.
But I've always been bothered by that.
And it's a short side point. I do like how all his minions and everything that are called pleasures and gifters, like these seemingly positive terms, but they're
it's very sort of Mad Max, like
it is.
Fist of the North Star, post-apocalyptic, the pleasures, then they get wrecked by the little kid and all the other people, and then the insane mutant freak gifters, and the crab claw guy just made me think of One Punch Man.
And he did. And I like how Monji says, there are no weaklings in this peaceful country. Even the babies can defend themselves. And I'm like, really?
Which I suppose that makes a little bit of sense because they're animals. Animals do mature more quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's odd that Luffy's seemingly indifferent to Wanda's tale of the destruction of the city and the suffering of the people, that he usually seems to kind of listen more closely. He usually gets upset when he hears things like this. Yeah,
usually his mood on his face changes very, obviously. He becomes somewhat serious, and you could tell, that's the smart side of Luffy.
Yeah, the intuitive side, the emotional, intelligent side, and, he's just like, oh, a mammoth, that seems cool, and I want to play with the bridge, and he does stuff like that, but usually it's not as inappropriate and odd tonally.
Or he's drinking from the grapes. I felt he was very, more impulsive than Luffy usually is.
When to me, I'm okay with that. I think it's funny that he just happened to have a straw. I'm not quite sure where he got that from.
But the suspension bridge in general was she's at a point where it's really serious what she's talking about, and he suddenly is let's play with the bridge, which I was thinking, okay, is this Luffy trying to lighten the mood of what's happening?
He's not that thoughtful. He doesn't try to lighten the mood.
I don't think so. I've never seen Luffy do that before.
At the end of the episode, he does mention that he nonchalantly says, oh, the ninja that Kinemon told us about doesn't seem to be here. What a letdown. That's a very classic Luffy thing. But the other stuff just seemed a little too childish to me and inappropriate, even for Luffy's sort of impulsive nature.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the next episode when Duke comes. That's going to be fun to watch, him fighting Jack. So that's our discussion on episode 757 of One Piece. Let us know if you have thoughts on the episode or reactions to anything we said. Please like the video if you liked the video, subscribe if you want more anime reviews and discussions, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.